Harlingen High School has been around for more than a century. A school with rich tradition has been the home to several students. But in the Rio Grande Valley, one sport rules over anything else: football. And in the RGV, Harlingen is arguably the most dominant program in South Texas. With 39 state playoff appearances, 35 district championships, 64 Battle of the Arroyo championships, and 18 Bird Bowl championships, Cardinal football has maintained success time in and time out. But what makes a program so dominant? Tradition. And Cardinal football relies heavily on just that.
I'll tell you what, man, there's a big reason why I'm here coaching is because of our tradition here at Harlingen High School. As a player, that's growing up in Harlingen, I always wanted to become, a Harlingen Cardinal football player. And, once I achieved that, I went on to college and I had another profession. I was in the banking industry, but I just missed the competition and I missed the tradition that was instilled in me when I was a player here.
The tradition here is because the school is 100 years old, but not just that, because this school has had so much success throughout the years, and people before me took it personally and made sure that I understood it, and I think I've done a pretty good job of making sure others and ingraining it in my son and my nephews, those that play before us, that we are different and we'll hold ourselves to a higher standard. We have a tower that we print all the numbers of all our playoffs years and all our championships, and no one in South Texas can match that. So we take great pride in upholding what others have started before us.
When I first think about tradition, of course you got to think of the program at Harlingen, and as far as that, one thing that comes to mind is of course the community itself. It's crazy, the tradition that we have here. Of course, it's been put in place by all the players from all the way up until back in 1920s. But one of those things that comes to mind is, like, as far as the fans, we've got the #1 fans in all of Texas, and you can see it every year when season tickets come out. You see them camping out over at the ticket booth office, and it's just something awesome to see. They have stories on it every year, and then of course they just come out and support us, and that's one thing that about Cardinal football that is probably sometimes never spoken about as far as when you talk about tradition, but it's one thing that is a part of Cardinal football tradition.
Although tradition runs deep at Harlingen High, the success didn't come easy. The coaches dedicate a month to install a winning mindset for their players. This is called Cardinal Month.
Cardinal Month is awesome, man. A Cardinal Month, it's just a chance for the program, the coaches who have been here before also, to mold the younger kids, and they get molded physically, but the main thing that we want to do with Cardinal Month is mold them mentally, man.
Cardinal Month is real similar to what basic training would be to the military. It's meant to weed out the weak ones that are in it for a different reason, just to get a letter jacket or to be seen, and to find out who's truly committed. It is a very difficult, excruciating time of the year for them, but it's one that's necessary to mold and build character for those who will be around for the season.
It's a good amount of time where basically we mentally prepare the kids, not only for to get them going in the off season, but really in the season. It's a lot of discipline, and at Harlingen we don't do things to discipline to them. It's really for them. So that way on Friday nights, if it's the fourth quarter, and maybe we're down or we're up, we have the discipline enough to get the ball going or to get the big stop and win the game. And we do that in the off season, and that's why we call it Cardinal Month.
Despite the hardships in the off-season, family is what carried most of the athletes through the adversity. Fortunately, for some of the players, their fathers were on the coaching staff. This created a stronger bond between the coaches and athletes.
You know, when I found out that, you know, my wife was pregnant and we were going to have a boy, one of the first things that went through my mind was that, you know, man, he's going to get to play football and I'm going to get to watch him. And it's just, you know, from the moment that he stepped on, you know, a football field when he was younger to the moment that he got his Cardinal birds as a sophomore, man, it's a feeling that I can't even describe.
It was cool. My dad, you know, he's an awesome coach, and he provided a lot harder challenges. I think it was a lot more difficult, but you know, at the end of it, it was a great experience, and I definitely learned a lot.
That was something that was truly special. When I started coaching, I wasn't married, and I'd seen Jesse Longhofer, who hired me. He coached both his sons, and I'd always seen that special moment. The man who replaced him, Bob Boyd, came in with his son as a coordinator and his son at quarterback, so I was able to see that. And then I've seen Woodalls, I've seen Torres, I've seen Gus Gonzalez. I saw what it was to have Luke come up here and play, and at the same time that Luke was playing a receiver for me, my daughter Leah was the ball girl, and to see Luke come off the field and have her rip him, you got to catch the ball, okay? It was a family affair, and it was truly special and magical, and to know that when I played in the 70s, the 76 team, we were the first team to go undefeated. And Luke's team went undefeated. We're the first father and son to have done it. As a matter of fact, Leah's senior year in soccer, they went undefeated. So she threw that in to make sure that Luke knows she learned everything that he learned also.
It is a very, very precious time for me. It is something that I wish I could pass on to my son if I ever have one. It is at times, not very often, not often at all. Every now and then it's difficult because you see him at home. I was fortunate enough for him to be my position coach, which is another very important aspect of being coached by my father, and it's something that I really enjoyed, that I really loved being out there and having to interact with him on a daily basis, and it really strengthened our relationship, our father-son relationship, immensely, and it has been a huge, really cornerstone in the way that I carry myself and the way that I act, and it's something that I know other athletes have also experienced, not only just in football, but he was also my soccer coach, which was another huge thing. But it was, words can't really describe how much my dad means to me and how much him coaching me really made football that much more fun.
Well, I didn't have a son, and of course, you know, I had a brother, and I was able to do that. It's one of those things that you can't really. There's really no words to describe it. Coaching him as my position, I was the quarterback coach then, and he was the quarterback. You know, just a lot of film sessions at home, talking and just basically trying to come up with things that we could do better, maybe making some checks at the line. But as far as, you know, the relationship between me and him, it was awesome. We still talk about it today. It's just one of those things, like I say, that we'll never forget. It's a bond that I'll have with him forever, and I'm hoping that one day he's able to come back and coach with me, and we'll see how that goes also.
Another family-oriented icon for Harlingen is the Bird Bowl. This annual game between Hawk and Cardinal displays a showdown for crosstown rivals.
Final score, Harlingen Cardinals 21, Harlingen South Hawks 3.